Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. The rocking revamp update just dropped and I will take you through all the important changes and improvements this update brings. I divided this video in two parts. First we will check out the most important content changes and after that the most important skill changes. So kicking things off with the content changes, Maples are now finally able to skip the Explorer tutorial. So for those who are waiting for this change, now is the time to create your Explorers. You can skip most major story segments, however you will not get any EXP if you skip. To unlock the skip function, you need to have at least one Explorer character with the 4 job advancement completed in the same world. Also, good news and some disappointing news as well. The rewards for the daily gift are now tradable within the account, so no worries anymore about accepting those level up potions on the wrong character. But also some disappointing news, Nexon decided to not add the Burninator coupon on day 8 like in MapleStory Korea. This coupon that gives burning up to level 130 was released on the 8th day as a reward in MapleStory Korea, but since it's missing here it was apparently decided that we're not getting that, which is just too bad. But there are also some amazing news for Maples who are completing their weeklies over at the Demon Camp and Scrapyard. The rewards these weeklies give has been increased from 12 coins to 20 coins. So getting enough coins for App Slap pieces is going to be a bit faster now. I just completed all Demon Camp weekly quests and now I have 20 coins. And also some of the more annoying Scrapyard quests were removed, like the Defeat Steel Xeneroid EX quest. Also more good news for everyone who's a hardcore Legion grinder. The max amount of characters that can be assigned to your Legion has been increased to 42, upping the Legion quite a bit of those long-term MapleStory players. Maples can now also claim their Legion coins without going into the raid, but you can still go in there to complete quests or if you just want to look at some pretty colors. New quests have been added to the game as well, called Chaos Memory, but this quest line only rewards a hat when completed, so it's not really exactly worth doing unless you want to experience some story in your MapleStory. The same goes for the Ellen Forest revamp, which just rewrites the story of this area without adding anything new really. It's a fun change if you're there for the story, but reward wise not really still worth doing. Speaking of rewards, various bosses like Damien, Lotus, Will, Gloom, Darknell, Vareese and Akechi all now have reward phases, allowing you to swap out to your drop gear without taking a really long time and potentially costing your life. Maples can now also find bossing parties easier with the revamped boss finder menu. This allows you to create your own party with strangers without being close to each other. You can even set up certain specifics if you're looking for stronger Maplers. It's a pretty nice addition to the game in my opinion. There also are a ton of minor changes that are pretty fun to go over. You can now choose to display your medal and title in the equipment window, and over at the cache item window you can now select which animation you want to hold your cache weapon. Bosses now show how much percentage HP they have left. The option menu was improved, Maples can now select if they want to get friend login notifications, and monster sound effect volume can now be adjusted as well. Also great news for all crafters, the Craftsman and Meister Mastery will decrease a bit slower now compared to before. At least I think, I don't know, I don't really craft. If you're also having trouble with Arcarium and it's a one-shot, there is now a special area that you can stand in to take reduced damage when Arcarium does that annoying screen crack attack. And good news for all MapleStory whales and want to use NX credit. You can now purchase everything with NX credit, similar to NX prepaid, no more limitations, except that if you purchase something for the first time using NX credit, you won't be able to do any of these things listed right here to prevent chargeback abuse. There are plenty more changes like improvements to monster life and some other smaller changes, but I don't think it's worth to go over all of those, so let's go over the skill changes next. Maples, we got him. Shade got buffed, finally, my main. Spirit Frenzy now does a lot more damage, and it can now be empowered when you use your 5th job skill Spirit Flow. Shade Mains enjoy this boost in power while it lasts, because nothing is forever unfortunately. And it's also the end of an era. No more booster screams when playing Demon Avenger. Both Demon Avenger and Demon Slayer, their booster skill, got turned into a passive. Demon Slayers can now also hold down their regular attack key instead of tapping it to go through all their Demon Lash procs. And the Demon Lash reinforced duration has been increased. If you regular attack, this buff increases your final damage by a little bit, but it would only last for 4 seconds. But now it will last for 15 seconds, which is pretty good. Also, when Demon Slayers use Demon Bane during Demon Awakening, the damage of Demon Bane is now increased. Demon Avengers also got some nice improvements. I'll do a separate video on this class later. I want to go more in depth to see just how powerful this class is now. But both the amount of lines and damage was increased for their Dimensional Sword and Revenant 5th job skills, which sounds pretty juicy to be honest. This is also finally the update where Battle Mages get their big range boost for Finishing Blow, together with a new graphic, and the same goes for Angelic Buster, her Trinity skill, which now has a single skill, no longer that linking stuff needed. Some really nice changes for both these classes. Also, like with almost every update nowadays, both Ilium and Lara got buffed again, increasing their damage and also the lines on some of their attacks, and classes like Luminous, Xenon, Mechanic and Evan all received some minor buffs and changes as well. There also is a new improvement to Raven Tempest, which can now be used with a down key to have your Tempest evolve. However, using that skill will unfortunately DC you at the moment, so I can't really show that, but it's apparently pretty cool. Also, what do you think of the update? Let me know in the comments. I think overall this is a pretty decent patch with some exciting balance changes and quality of life updates. I don't think it's necessary for Nexon to not release that burning coupon that works up to level 130 from the daily login rewards. I actually wonder if we can get any answers from Nexon or from the developers on why the change was omitted from this update. Was really looking forward to that one. I also think that actual content-wise this update was a bit dry, with just a few more quests being added, but perhaps I'm just nitpicking. Also, important notice for everyone about the future of MapleStory. Nexon actually announced that they're not gonna do any more big remasters after the Ignition update that remasters the Night of Sickness, so we can no longer expect big remasters focusing on specific groups of characters, like for example the Resistance remaster, which now will just not happen. Instead, Nexon mentions that they will now just focus on the classes they think need to be updated, remastered, improved the most, which is kind of a bummer. I was looking forward to that Resistance remaster. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for the event video that will be up tomorrow. And as always, many thanks to our members for making these videos possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Mora, Wiley, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Anwar, NHI, Ziggy Flidiot, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Froggy, Vira, Trevor, Michael Menchaca, Ratius, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord_MS, ceemak, Striker Elk, Tidal One Pan, Victor Sundstrom, Radical Jaws, Ricer Are Gummy Bullet, Lovebird, 32655, Mathias Simonsson, Mr. Narc, Kalando Balavia, PC Game Life, Dante Victory, The Passenger, Martin Panzik, I'm Disappointed, Lucky Beats, Gable Eck, Pedro Benedetti, Conrad Castales, Ace Light, Ben Wolf, Max Bernhardt, Doc on a Talker Box, Muka 1017, BNB King, Scotty Flies Fast, Priscilla, Brendon Cam, Shake1, Vake Botnet, Fecco, Gianfranco Calderon Canavero, Necrodart, Matthew Dev, Only, Rashid Al-Marudi, and Emperor Chat. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe and happy mapling!